What's good, YouTube? Chris from Team Innovation here, bringing you guys another weekend team Q&A. So without further ado, let's begin. Start off with Devin McKissick. How do you feel about Nova Knights? Right off the bat, I feel like Nova Knights is an okay deck at best. It can make some decent locks, but it can be easily beat. Because if they don't draw their main piece, it's pretty much a game. Now, granted, I don't know what their card. I don't know the names of their cards, but the one that basically says, I think it's Excalibur. That's the one that makes them unaffected by stuff. And then they have one that says they can't be sure about battle or something like that. You get rid of one of them, and then it's basically, I guess what I'm trying to say is, there are so many different ways to handle their lock, their soft lock they put on you. It's not really that good. Now, as far as combos for the deck, I don't know the deck's combos. I rarely play against it, and I've never played it. So I feel like the deck on paper, just from reading what some of the cards do, it looks like it has potential. I think it just needs the right player to re-innovate it. So hopefully, that might be you, Devin. Brian Cabrera asked, do you think that Satellar Knights will get better with the new support? The new support as in Rigel, I think Rigel's a tuner. I don't know what Rigel does. 1 second. The new Satellar Knight stuff, and my first impressions, Rigel's bad, Capoeira's bad, and the new Exceed they get, the guy that basically overlays over any Satellar Knight. Am I reading that right? Any Satellar Knight X-Factor Monster Control. That's retarded. It's busted as fuck. Like, he basically just shuts off Shadows. They can't shut off Fusion while he's on the field because they can't send cards from their deck to the graveyard. And they can't return cards from their graveyard to their hand because it'll be banished instead. So basically, that card is a 1 card out to shut Denko Shadows and BA, because it also says when a dark monster activates their effect, attach and they get the activation and destroy it. So with all that being said, wrapped up right now, I think honestly, Satellar Knight Diamond is going to bump Satellar Knights high on the tier list. High on the tier list on the TCG. Because they're already barely competing as they are now. And I believe, honestly, Satellar Knight Diamond, because Satellar Knight Diamond is going to give them the extra push they needed to become a better deck. Ninjanos the 4th asked, my homie, Ninjanos, if Blaze Man doesn't come out, would you run the Diamond Dude variant until he does? And honestly, from the past video we just did Ninjanos, you already know the answer to that, and no. The Diamond Dude variant seems really slow to me, despite the fact that it's consistent, because almost every card in the deck can be mass changed into Shadow Mist. I think honestly Diamond Dude variant is just too slow for the format we're in now. Maybe if the game ever reverts back to a Fire Fist type format where everything's really slow and a lot of 1-for-1 plays. Right now, the way the game is going now, you have to go everything for OTK heavy control base, and all your cards have to float and or do amazing combos. So, but yeah, I believe Blaze Man will come out either in Premium Gold, or we might just luck stack and get them in the structure deck. Highly doubt we'll get them in the structure deck, but more than likely we're going to get them in Premium Gold. I'm betting my bottom dollar on Premium Gold though, for real. Swig Money asks, what animes are you excited for this year? Well, Swig Money, I haven't been really watching anime like that recently. For you guys that already know, I've been watching Power Rangers. I'm a huge Power Ranger fan. Became a Power Ranger fanboy over the past year and a half, which is kind of crazy because I got out of it like about 6 years ago. Last season I watched with Jungle Fury. Then I just started getting back into it because they had a new season in America called Super Mega Force, where apparently the Power Rangers had the powers to change into any Ranger from the past. So watched 2 episodes of that, joined this Power Ranger Facebook group, found out about the Japanese counterpart, which was 10 times better, where you actually learn the history of Power Rangers, and even the ones from the 70s that we never got in the States. So that was pretty cool. But as far as shows, getting sidetracked, as far as shows that coming up that I'm excited for, Supernatural, the rest of Supernatural Season 10 I'm excited for. Of course, the rest of The Walking Dead, I'm a big Walking Dead fan. And that's pretty much it right now. Mainly Supernatural, Walking Dead. Those are the two shows I'm watching. Jeezy didn't ask. So I've been testing Pinpoint Garden Heroes, and it seems to be better than Call in a lot of scenarios. I still main Call. How do you feel about the card? But my friend Charles, he swears by Pinpoint Guard because of how the monster can be destroyed and it can just stall you out of turn. While Pinpoint Guard is good, I think honestly, if you are going to run it, don't run Pinpoint Guard over Call. Run them in conjunction with each other. So if I was to run that card, I would max out my Call in the Hunters and then run Pinpoint Guard as a 1 of or a 2 of, just to get more spamming back from the graveyard. But I personally feel like you don't need it in Heroes. More of one of those cards that it was made to counter OTK heavy formats that deal with battle damage OTKs, and we haven't really got one of those yet. So if it's working for you, then great. But as far as how I feel about the card, I think it's not needed. So yeah. Tavares Dixon asks, what cards take care of Denko Seka? What should we use as a general out? Okay. As a general out Denko Seka, Raigeki, Dark Hole. We have Swords from Revealing Light coming out. That's a hand trap. We have Gores. That's another hand trap. So, but typically what you're going to want to go for Tavares, I don't know what deck you play, but if you are playing a deck and you're having issues with Denko Seka, definitely check out the Double Dark Hole is a thing. Raigeki is a thing. Snatch Steel is a thing. And pick up some Swords from Revealing Light to sneak peek, catch you off guard, because that can destroy the Denko Seka. So yeah. Rido14 asks, what is your favorite archetype of all time and why? Okay, as far as archetype, I'll have to say Wind-Ups. And only reason why is because that's the most competitive deck that was the first competitive deck I played since I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Again back in 2012. Well, when I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Competitively again in 2012. So I have to say Wind-Up. I mean, I feel like honestly I mastered that deck. Like, I was playing Shockmaster before any one of my era was playing Shockmaster, and pulling it off pretty successfully. I was playing Shockmaster back when it was bad, when people thought it was a bad card. So I kind of had a love-hate relationship with Wind-Ups. Hate it because I stopped playing it and it was still good. I'm like, yeah, I kind of regret it. It was one of whatever things, but I did miss the Hunter loop. That was so good, making people rage the Hunter loops. So yeah, that's favorite archetype will have to be Wind-Ups. I mean, I could say Gadgets because that's like the deck that kind of put me on the map as a player, but Gadgets aren't really an archetype. They're more of a just a thing. They're more like an engine, if anything. So yeah. Romeo Barnes asks, I think this is the final question. Yep, final question. Romeo Barnes asks, when you play Naruto, did you play the meta? And the answer to Romeo Barnes is no. And the reason why I didn't play meta is because Naruto was a relatively small American-made game. A big event for Naruto was like 60, 70 people tops. That was a big event. And as you guys already know, most Yu-Gi-Oh! Locals get just about much of that or less. So there wasn't really a lot of information out there as far as what decks were going to be going into a new format. So since I did have a team who we all bought product of the new every time a new set came out, we pretty much bought. I had access to every card, and since we're all part of the team, we all gave each other cards to help build each other decks. We tested for hours, and we pretty much made the meta. As cocky as that sounds, but it's the truth. So yeah, me and my team pretty much made most of the meta for Naruto early on in the game. Well, not most of the meta, it's some of the meta. I remember when there was a deck called Fire, Mono Fire back in the day. All Fire type cards, obviously. And we didn't make that deck, but we made a few variants. Well, my buddy George made a few variants to that deck. Then I made a few Toad decks that used Gamabonta, Naruto, Jiraiya. So I invented a few things myself that was pretty good, but for Naruto, we didn't really have any big YouTubers, and this was back in like 2009, 2010, 2011. So the whole card game deck profiles on YouTube wasn't really that popular back then, so a lot of information was not out there as far as deck profiles. But yeah, we pretty much made the meta and defined it. If you ever want to look us up, if you're ever interested in the Naruto game, look up Team Chicago, and or type on YouTube Team Chicago and Team Chicago Naruto, obviously, and see what you can find. I'm pretty sure we still got some videos out there. So yeah, you probably see some few things about us. Probably find some old forum topics about us. We're a pretty big group, about 8 to 10 people. Man, I miss those days. Memories. So yeah, those are all the questions for today, guys. And so yeah. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's Q&A. If you did, give it a big thumbs up, show support. As always, comment down in the comment section below what questions you want answered next week on next week's Q&A. This was Chris from Team Innovation. I am signing out. Rate, comment, and subscribe. And also, I do these videos because I truly believe in helping you guys become better players. And I truly believe in you guys helping me become a better player. So, once again, Chris from Team Innovation, signing out. Rate, comment, and subscribe.